I'm gonna break James.
It's just one of the dumbest things I've ever heard.
That's because it's supposed to be dumb. Trina is a dumb character.
Oh,
I don't know. I'm not in charge of you. Did you leave it in there?
I don't see it in there. Is it in there?
Not in the bed.
It's
You wanna go get it?
probably on the couch then. Get it at the break.
Just go get it. We've got 5 minutes for people to roll in.
Did you bother our friends?
I already alerted them. Well, he left the door open, so I have to talk quietly now. I don't know what we're going to talk about for this whole time because James loved the movie. I tried to warn you guys that James is the one that wanted to watch She-cago. Not that I don't love She-cago, because I love She-cago. But hello, welcome. I'm talking quietly into a microphone because James left the door open while he went to go find his hat. Guys, I can talk. I could. In fact, I probably don't even need to get it up because it's like right there. But then that's like a lot of work. No, be an adult. Oh, I've been dying for literally a month. I literally just got my voice back consistently like 3 days ago. And I still am having ear issues and a sore throat. So, fucking fantastic. Died.
There's a shooter near our neighborhood.
Oh, yeah, and there's just a guy loose and the police gave up. So, we're doing fantastic. The silence is deafening.
She-cago.
It's see? It just lives in there rent free.
No, it's getting charged.
She-cago.
It's getting charged an astonishing amount.
I'm going to call this city She-cago. Any Victorious fans out there? Anyone at all? No? Just me? Okay. I was saying, well, James was gone, that you guys tried to get this movie to like torture James, but James is the one that wanted to watch She-cago.
It's true.
It was never on my list. And he enjoyed himself.
It did.
It's a good movie. If you wanted to torture James, though, we should have watched Wicked.
No, don't.
Don't worry, they can't.
Content for the channel. No.
They can't vote till next time, and we have to watch Cars 3, which our son will love because it'll unlock a whole new movie that he knows nothing about. Although we've kind of moved on to Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, so. I'm sharing. You're on X. What? Hot dog, hot diggity dog. So the mouse will come after me. All right. 35, you ready?
That's what.
Oh. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. We love when people share and like and subscribe and ring the bell and favorite the podcast.
How many more of the words are there?
Rate
The
us 5
buzzwords.
stars on Spotify. I don't know. Comment. All right. You ready? Do you have your notes?
Dude, my notes are fucking useless. I just started enjoying the movie.
I know, it's a good movie.
It's full of hot babes. It's just full of hot babes.
I don't
The
like.
whole movie's just full of hot
I don't
babes.
like Velma Kelly.
Oh no.
I don't like.
She's one of a dozen hot babes.
I don't think Catherine Zeta.
Oh no.
All right.
It's not for you.
I like Roxy.
Yeah, but that's because you have a thing for problematic blonde.
I don't know how I feel about the fact they have to be problematic. Why can't they just be blondes?
Then any. Never mind.
All right. Anyways.
Just any bitch. Just anyone.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. That's a way to start. I'm America. That's James.
I don't get to have any fucking bits anymore.
It's not a bit.
It is a bit. It became a bit when I said it was a bit.
We are recording CityWavesCinema after we watched She-cago, the musical, the movie.
What?
The movie musical.
All right.
And it's been a minute. I died.
Danny Elfman?
Yes.
How did I not know that? Danny
Yeah.
Elfman did the score? John Candy did the songs. I know that. I saw that in the credits. Danny Elfman did all the not songs.
Anyways, like I was saying, I've been dying, so we haven't recorded in quite some time. And I will try to keep coughing and voice problems to a minimal and also stop.
Hantavirus. Just kidding. She doesn't.
Yeah, don't spread that around.
She got COVID.
I don't.
Just kidding.
Didn't have COVID.
You know what's worse? It's a common cold.
It was a viral something. I ended up getting viral pink eye along with it. It's been a whole freaking thing. And like I said, I'm still not technically 100% healed. And it's been 3 weeks.
3.5.
3.5.
4 weeks?
I don't know anymore.
5 weeks.
It's been a long time.
All of this year.
No, that was last year. All right.
Oh, okay.
So we watched She-cago.
Okay.
Yeah. James wanted to watch this movie, which is what we were telling live stream.
Many moons ago, during a lengthy scroll on TikTok, which is an app that we used in the years of our Lord 2020 to 2026.
Who are you talking to right now?
The future.
Okay. Where TikTok doesn't exist?
Uh-huh. I was graced with a clip of the song.
They both reach for the gun? Is that the one?
Is that the one? We both reached for the gun.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because that was the one you saw the interview scene. Yeah, we both reached for the gun.
The marionette
yes.
dance. Yes. And I thought that was fucking wild. And there's something about the groove and the multiple lines overlapping each other of oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, we both reached for the gun. You know, typical musical fare. That was just very good for my ears. And so I asked America, what is this? And she said, oh, that's She-cago. And I said, put it on the list. So she did.
And here we are.
And then all of our audience members got tricked into thinking that I don't like musicals. When the problem is, all the musicals we've watched for this show are bad.
That's because I made you watch all the good ones.
Except for this one. This is not a bad musical, believe it or not. This musical is a good musical, and I like it very much. Now, we're going to run through it front to back, talk about the good, the bad, the horny, and carry on from there. Okay? Okay. So, this movie is just, what is it, 2002? This came out?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, that took way longer than I thought it
So, the musical came out in 1975 on the Broadway, probably. And the play came out in 1926. This is a 100-year-old piece of media.
Yes. How apt that we're doing it on the 100 years.
And it's so horny.
Yeah, you know,
I think it might be the horniest thing we've watched for this channel.
We've watched Has Been.
And 50 Shades of Grey and 50 Shades of whatever the fuck.
50 Shades Darker.
That's the one. And this might be the horniest thing that we've had on the channel. But also, vaudeville is extremely horny.
And you know, people are like, millennials are just so obsessed with sex, 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 sex. And I go back and I look at media like this, and I'm like,
humans are obsessed with sex. All of them.
yes.
So, 2002, film won 6 Academy Awards in 2003. Best Picture.
Whoop whoop.
Catherine Zeta-Jones won for Best Supporting Actress. What else did it fucking win? It won a bunch of fucking awards, okay? So, your cast looks like this. Renee Zellweger, Catherine Zeta-Jones, Richard Gere, Queen Latifah, John C. Reilly in just the most John C. Reilly role there's ever been. Lucy Liu, for reasons, and Colm Feore. I think that's how you pronounce his last name, not 100%. So, it directed by Rob Marshall, who had a handful of hits, this being one of them. So we start with a panicked stage manager. As the headline act, the Kelly sisters are late. Boom, in walks Velma Kelly to this club, the Onyx, in, you guessed it, Chicago.
Chicago.
No. Nickelodeon will come for us. You can't do that.
Nickelodeon doesn't have the capital anymore.
They don't have the clout. Velma Kelly, played by Catherine Zeta-Jones, will step in to do the duo routine on main stage at the Onyx this night in 1924 Chicago by herself. Why? Well, she rocks into the dressing room, calming the stage manager an iota, only to throw a gun onto the dressing room table and wash poorly blood off of her hands. Now we'll sing All That Jazz. Great song.
So good.
It's a musical.
Yes.
So there's an amount of, you just have to be okay with some goofy shit occurring.
Yes.
One of the things right out the gate in this movie that's goofy shit that occurs that probably shouldn't is Velma rocks up 5 minutes to curtain for her act, goes on stage without warning anyone but the stage manager that she's doing it solo. And there is not a missed beat or a missed moment, and all the choreography looks like it's done for one person, as if they had a second choreography set for the song specifically for one person.
Maybe you uncovered premeditation, James.
Could be.
But no, I think they're just professionals.
I'm inclined to agree that they're just professionals, but it, you know, even the most professionals, like, what's there's many a time, pardon me, where Velma gets like dipped or spun or is like actively dancing on in a man, and we have to assume the unknown sister likely is doing the mirror of that dance. As Velma will talk about later in jail, they do a lot of the act where they mirror or they do the same choreography, right? So I have to imagine there would be maybe a look of panic before a glazing over of professionalism, or like people trying to find new marks. And for me, that would have dragged me into it further because movie, not musical. My world is movie. And in a movie that wasn't a musical but had a number in it like this, I would expect there to be like a bit of a kerfuffle. Nothing major, and certainly nothing that lasts throughout the number. But at the start of it, oh, some hiccups, and we're into the flow of it, and we're going.
Imagine this, that because it's a movie, you didn't get to see the gap, like the other half of the stage. You only were focused on Velma. Because that's where the camera was pointed. But there could have been a whole other thing happening over here where the camera wasn't looking.
True. It's true. Movie magic. And the blocking and everything, the whole scene.
Anyways, it also goes so fast that I don't know how you.
Boy, that I tell you what, I only made a note about it in this first. I think it's this song or the next song that I make notes about the edit being just superb. Like the guy who did the edit, Martin Walsh, was the editor on this movie. Absolutely nailed it. A bit of an odd note. A lot of editors in Hollywood, especially in the early 2000s, were women. So to see a guy, Martin Walsh, do the edit on this and have it be really good and not, I should say this, the movie is extremely horny because the musical is extremely horny. But at no point in time does it feel like too much.
Mm-hmm.
It is you know how the show Euphoria or like the show The Boys is just whatever that thing is that they're trying to lean into is it's just too much. Yes. It's always just a little too much.
Yeah.
This is like tasteful that, wherein they're engaging in something that's taboo, a little dirty, naughty, sinful, whatever, but they're doing it in such a way that it's tasteful and you don't get uncomfortable. In fact, you spend the majority of the time viewing it becoming seduced by the movie. They do a great job. Now, behind all of the good songs in this musical, and I can't think of one that is like bad, they're all just good.
Yeah.
And there's a few standouts that are killer, just absolutely killer.
What are your standouts?
All That Jazz, obviously. Cell Block Tango's crazy. Crazy in a good way. Let me scroll for a second to see what else there is.
We Both Reach for the Gun.
We Both Reach for the Gun is one that I like a lot.
When You're Good to Mama.
See, that's
Mr.
just good. Razzle
Cellophane.
dazzle.
The old razzle
Like
dazzle.
I knew the song Razzle Dazzle. I did not know it was from this musical. Like I've just existed as a human long enough to have come into contact with phrases and beats from Razzle Dazzle in life. And then it started playing in the movie, and I went, I know that one.
He literally did. He was like, I didn't know Razzle Dazzle was from this movie. And I was like,
it's just.
I don't know where you're hearing Razzle Dazzle that is not in this movie because I've never heard it outside of Chicago.
I'm sure I've just heard someone who saw the movie just like get it in their head and just go, give them the old razzle dazzle. And where else in pop culture do you get the words razzle dazzle? Where else? I can't think of anywhere.
I mean, I know it's always been a phrase of like, give them the old razzle dazzle, but I don't. Maybe it originated from the musical way back when in 1926.
Maybe. Well, it wasn't a musical in 26. It was just a play. It wasn't a musical until 75. It took 49 years.
Okay, then yeah, it's definitely not from the. Well, it could be from the music or from the play though. Like if they use the phrase in there. I don't know. There's a Google. Google it. Google it yourself.
I'm not doing it for you. Be a grown up. Use the internet.
Responsibly.
Now, okay, I have to get into the story because the story of this movie is crazy. It is a nonstop, crazy train ride through make-believe land, okay?
Discuss amongst yourselves whether or not you think Roxy should have gotten away with it.
All right.
Because I'm curious. We seem to have people that know.
Here's the deal, okay? Velma Kelly did a bit of a murder, gets arrested at the end of her number, all that jazz.
Double homicide.
In the audience, we have mousy housewife, Roxy Hart, who is waiting on her affair partner, Fred Casely, a furniture salesman. You know, the best kind of affair partner. To bring her up to speed on whether or not he talked to his connection at the club so that he can get her on the stage, blah, 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 blah. He lied so he could fuck her. Okay? We'll learn that soon. Roxy runs off with Casely. Roxy lives like literally across the street from the Onyx. So they rock up into her meager apartment. And she explains to Fred that she's pretty disappointed in him that he did not introduce her to the manager at the Onyx. So a bit later, Casely does the deed with her, with Roxy, and then gets up to fuck off. He's just a dick the whole time. Like,
he's done with her.
To be clear, she's like being annoying, but not in a way that is like worthy of being abused the way that she will be abused for the next 5 minutes.
She's a woman in 1920.
Yeah, so she's basically just like a piece of furniture, so, with a good hair on that piece of furniture, and he's a salesman, you know, gets into it. So Fred's trying to get out of there before Roxy's husband Amos gets home, and he's had about enough of her pestering him about getting her on stage at the Onyx, and he just sort of like throws her into a wall, and she figures it out then, due to the concussion after her head hit the wall, that he did a bit of a lie and it did not know anyone, anything to do with vaudeville or the stage or getting her on stage or anything like that. And he makes it clear even more when she starts to cry and he goes, I'd have said anything to get in your ass. And everyone was like, whoa, relax, guy. Relax, guy.
Oh my god.
He didn't relax. And so then he storms off to the door, but not much further because Roxy goes, does an ugly cry.
You're a liar. Liar.
Yes, it says a truth, and then finds a miraculous gun in a drawer and blows 3 holes in Fred Casely's chest cavity. Now, this is not good.
What?
For it's a bit of a murder. Yes, he's a dick. Doesn't mean you can shoot him.
Crime of passion, though. So.
I was so flustered. I'm just a lady after all.
Well, no,
shut up.
That's not the story she goes with.
Go to jail. Right. So
no, she convinces her husband to take the blame.
Yes, so enter the police, and she has convinced her poor, dear, sweet victim of a husband, Amos, played by John C. Reilly, to take the blame for shooting the man, calling it self-defense, and they try to tell the police the same story. The DA is there, and he's like, I think you're full of shit. And slowly, along with an eyewitness account from the neighbor who's like, yeah, that's the guy I saw her with.
Seen her with for like a month.
Yeah, Amos comes to the realization that Roxy's been fucking around with the furniture salesman. And what's really funny is, in this scene, Amos didn't know it was Fred Casely.
Yeah.
Because the sheet was on him the whole time. And then when the neighbor comes over for the identification check, they pull the sheet down, and Amos goes, hey, I know that guy. And immediately things spiral out of control. Bing, bang, boom, Roxy goes to jail. On the way to jail, in the back of the paddy wagon, because that's what it was, the DA speaks to a reporter and he says, write this down. I'm going to make sure that by the end of the year, this dame hangs. And she goes, what does that mean? And that's a question she will repeat all the way to jail. Now, dear viewer.
Or listener.
I feel as though the statement, I'm going to make sure this dame hangs, this is a paraphrase, that is not the direct quote, I don't remember the direct quote, is pretty clear about what that means. Roxy is an adult, a dumb one, but an adult. She probably ought to know what that means. So, Roxy goes to jail.
Murderous Row.
She goes to Murderous Row, which is supervised by a corrupt warden of some sort named Matron Mama Morton, played by Queen Latifah.
Mama's good to you.
Here we will get so this is the only song where I watched it and I went, ugh, that's 2002. Because it's, I mean, it you know, whatever.
Pepper her ragu, James.
Oh, man, it's just not great. It's just
like
not great.
I know there's so many lines in that song, but like the one that's stood in my head forever is Pepper my ragu, and I'm like, why? Why do I only remember that one? Can it leave, please? Yeah, it's a good song. Queen Latifah kills it. It's very raunchy, very raunchy.
Yeah, she gives them she gives them all
the old razzle dazzle,
all of the razzle dazzle, and double extra on the cleavage.
That dress is
super double extra.
That dress is phenomenal on her, though.
What's that video that Markiplier did? The Dong Hungala Bongos.
Young Dairy Simulator.
Yeah.
Is that one?
It's the one. It's where he just reacts to the video. And it's just the guy reading
Oh,
increasingly
yeah.
longer names for tits in anime.
I thought, yeah.
It's just her whole song reminds me of that. Now, okay, a point of note here. This is stylistically a movie that you could say is a Baz Luhrmann movie, and everyone would believe you. The difference, I think, is that in Baz Luhrmann movies, the scenes will almost always happen in the same set that the musical numbers happen in.
Mm-hmm.
But by that nature, in the Baz Luhrmann movie, all of the scenes are in this crazy set.
Yeah. Like the fantasy happens in the scene. It's not like
It's not separated.
Yeah, it's not separated from fantasy and reality.
In this movie, when we do songs that are outside of the story, i.e., they're like background information songs, like When You're Good to Mama, or the song Roxy,
or Mr. Cellophane,
or Mr. Cellophane, those songs all happen
like a cabaret show
somewhere the fuck else in a different space. Okay. And the transitions are perfect and flawless, and it reminds me very much of Baz Luhrmann stylistically, but it isn't him. All that to say, When You Get to Mama takes place outside of the jail, right? So in here, Roxy, new to jail, sad, scared, a little bit of a murderer, learns the backstories of like 6 other murderers in Murderous's Row, including her stage idol Velma, from the beginning of the movie, during the song Cell Block Tango. This is peak eroticism and peak horny, while explicitly describing murder via crimes of passion.
It's also very artsy, like with the scarves being blood. And
I'm going to say something controversial.
Uh-oh.
This sequence of Cell Block Tango is what Has-Been Hotel wishes it could be and can't do.
I'm going to need you to elaborate because I don't... What?
Think of every Angel Dust musical number.
Okay.
He is all of Cell Block Tango.
Okay.
The viewer and the performer. That's what his character is. Like androgynous sex, right?
Mm-hmm.
Every musical number that he does feels like it wants to reach the peaks that Cell Block Tango does in terms of art, style, and eroticism. And the problem there is the difference is Has-Been pushes too far into borderline pornographic in terms of content.
Yeah.
It does not play coy ever. Not an ounce of Has-Been is coy. And an important part, especially for male gays, not male homosexuals. Although sometimes for male homosexuals too, it varies. An important part of eroticism is coy. Play up the seduction. It shouldn't just be punch you in the face with sex. Like, Cell Block Tango would be that if the content of the song was not murder. So you're getting pulled in 2 directions through Cell Block Tango, where 6 smoke show dancers and performers talk about how they murdered 1, 2, 3 people each.
Yes.
And why.
Uh-huh.
All the while performing as close to sex on stage as you can see. And there's a bit of coy mixed in. There's just enough coy, there's just enough coverage, there's just enough tease that it's not pornography. That is the Has-Been Hotel flaw. In their attempt to portray eroticism, it's too much. Sorry to harp on that, but it occurred to me right now.
That's what this podcast
while
is
I'm
for.
talking about the eroticism and how good they did with it in this movie.
That's what this podcast is for. I was just thinking while you were going on that tirade, as I have a dear friend, two dear friends in the chat, and both of them are true crime junkies. And I want to see the like Venn diagram of people who enjoyed She-cago the musical and people who are also true crime junkies, because I think it's just a circle.
You're probably right.
Because the amount that I love Cell Block Tango.
You're probably right.
Such a good song, and I love hearing about all the murders.
So we learn the backstory of. I listened to the song of Cell Block Tango, and I listened to all these gals talk about how they did their murders, right? And through almost every one of them, I was like, I don't think you can convince a jury that you should be let go. I think you all did it. I think you're all guilty.
I mean, they all say they're guilty, but they're saying if you were there, if you'd experienced what I'd experienced, you would have killed him too.
Maybe.
Yeah, you ever
the world may never know.
Listen, I've had some people chew too loudly near me, speaking about the girl with the popping gum, and I've thought about killing them briefly, so...
Did you think about convincing them to run into your knife 10 times?
No. Also, for legal purposes, this is a joke.
Oh my god. This one's not getting any playtime in Iran.
I'm on so many lists. Dude. I'm on so many lists. It's fine.
All right. Now, Roxy tries to make friends with Velma, and in doing so, overhears that Velma is paying Mama to get her name in the papers and attempting to corral She-cago's mostest, excellentest, bestest, never lost a case lawyer to be in her court, okay?
Are there any lawyers like that nowadays? I feel like it's...
I can't think of a single lawyer who has not lost a case.
That's what I was saying. I feel like that was a thing you could say back in the day, but now I feel like there's just too many cases.
Yeah, it was a thing you could say back in the day when women weren't real.
Or when there weren't so many crimes.
When there weren't so many cameras documenting crimes.
Everyone has a camera in their
Defense
pocket.
attorneys do not get perfect records anymore. I don't know what to tell you. So, we are now introduced to the smarmiest perfect lawyer, Billy Flynn, portrayed by Richard Gere. Richard Gere has two things that he likes and wants. One is $5,000.
Do you mean Billy Flynn?
Yes.
You said Richard Gere.
My apologies. His character, Billy Flynn, wants $5,000.
Yes.
Someone did the math on the inflation. That is $91,000 today. You remember,
what?
You remember when in Cars when Mater says you owe me $32,000 in legal fees?
Mater's cheap as hell.
Brother.
$91,000.
I would like in between.
Okay, hold on. Without inflation, just if someone told me like $5,000, that seems like a lot of money to me. So the fact that it was $91,000. This is why rich people get to get away with crimes. Because us regular folk can't afford fucking $91,000.
Hold on, I want to do it for real. I want to see it with my own eyes.
That's so many dollars. Is it worse?
That was at the time that the note on IMDb was written. It is worse.
How many more dollars?
Another $5,000. It is $96,000.
$96,000?
That's the equivalent. That's the buying power. Okay, because January 1924 to today 2026, $5,000 back in the day.
No wonder Amos was like literally selling his kidney.
Amos rolled in with $300
on short notice.
On short notice, which is $5,000 actual dollars today.
Guys, we fucked it so hard. Everything is so bad.
We didn't do shit.
They fucked. Oh my god.
Everyone who's been alive from 1980 to now fucked it.
Cost of
Anyways.
Defense.
Anyways. Billy Flynn does a song called All I Care About. Richard Gere puts on a performance, all right? What's the average cost of a defense attorney?
$15,000 on the high end.
Well, damn, he's a fucking expensive bitch. But
who can afford this man?
He's never lost a case.
Selling freaking kidneys and shit on the black market to pay for a lawyer. This lawyer.
He succeeds.
He fabricates evidence.
He didn't say he won every case fair and square.
True.
Anyways, there's two things Billy Flynn wants and cares about. One is $5,000. $96,000. The other is attention from hot babes. Does he want to fuck? No, not necessarily. Does he want attention from the press? Yeah, but not as much as he does from his clients. He wants high-profile smoke shows for his caseload. And apparently, in Chicago, you get one every week or so.
Literally.
Because these bitches keep killing motherfuckers.
There's 3 in, like, the course of 2 months.
Yeah.
In this show.
So, Billy Flynn agrees to take on Roxy's case because she's cute. That's why. She does not have $5,000. And Amos attempts to collect. And then Flynn is like, all right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to put the dame's name in lights, and we're going to get every newspaper in the country talking about Roxy Hart. She's going to be the most famous person alive. There's going to be interviews. There's going to be talk shows. And you're going to sell half of her shit because it's going to be worth triple the value. And that's how you're going to pay me $5,000. So that all happens. But Billy Flynn and Roxy, remember, 1924, this shit does not fly today. Cook up a plan to reinvent Roxy as a virtuous Southern woman, an orphan no less.
And a nun.
Corrupted by the big city life. Swept up in a runaway marriage to Amos. I'm doing a vague accent of some sort and I can't figure out where it is.
Yeah, it's not the accent you want to be doing.
It's just a vague, old-timey accent is what it is. It's the accent that someone had sometime between 1920 and 1950.
It's an accent that sometime in history someone has spoken.
Someone did this at some point. Is it Chicago? No, but it's like that. So Roxy starts talking to the press, and Roxy
is stupid.
God bless that dumb motherfucker.
So dumb. The whole time.
Listen, Billy Flynn is smarmy, but he says what he's going to do. And what he's going to do is work his magic. Everything will be fine. Your only job, say what I tell you to say and shut the fuck up and be pretty. That's all you got to do, right?
Literally just.
But Roxy baby, Roxy's a theater kid at heart.
She wants to be a star.
Roxy went to the Upright Citizens Brigade.
No, she didn't. She'd be better.
And got kicked the fuck out. because she couldn't improv worth a goddamn.
Isn't Spaghetti Factory in Chicago?
I think so.
Yeah.
Roxy started her own improv troupe and no one joined. She's in it by herself. It's a one-woman show, and Trina Vega modeled her shit after that. So Roxy starts talking to the press and, like, with her shoelaces tied together, trips, breaks all her bones, but finds a diamond mine.
I bet you want to know why I shot the bastard, is what she says.
Crazy. She's out of her goddamn mind.
He literally was like, don't swear.
And she goes, you want to know why I killed that fuck?
He's like,
out of her mind.
Literally, shut the fuck up, please. And so that's when we get the song that brought James into this musical, which
we
is
both reached for the gun.
We both reached
so
for
this
the gun. The gun.
One of the. I've watched a lot of musicals.
He's married to me.
Against my will.
Hey.
You think I'd have watched Cats on purpose?
I thought you were saying married to me against your will.
No, watched musicals against my will.
I was like, damn.
I asked you. What do you mean against my will?
On live stream and everything.
I asked you. Fuck. I've watched a lot of musicals. There are not many that can do a sequence as good as this one. The choreography, the layering, and the whole performance is Billy Flynn is this puppet master, and his dummy doll on his knee, because he's a ventriloquist, is Roxy, right? And he's making her talk, and he's doing all the words and everything, and she's just there, just great. And then, as the song unfolds, it's revealed that not only is he controlling Roxy, but he's controlling the press. He's marionetting the press. Not just, what's her name? Christine Baranski.
Oh,
from the Sunlight Grace or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. Isn't he calls her like Miss Sunshine or something like that?
Yeah, something. The only
female reporter.
The only female reporter. He's marionetting her, and he's marionetting the rest of the press, and they're all typing exactly what he's telling them to, and he's just having a ball. And it's such a grand expression of what Billy Flynn is actually good at, which is mass media manipulation. If he wasn't a lawyer, he'd be in marketing. He's just a brilliant con man.
Not to draw more parallels, but he's what Vox wishes he was.
Absolutely. You're right.
Vox wishes he could be Billy Flynn.
Wishes he could be Billy Flynn. So it's just a phenomenal sequence wherein you get a more collected story of what happened and how Fred Casely got murdered and all this stuff.
And they don't deny anything, which is like, they're like, yeah, she had an affair, blah, blah, blah. Like,
like I said, Roxy, with her shoelaces tied together by her inability to do anything right, breaks all her bones, tripping over herself, and also stumbles into a diamond mine. Just accidentally's her way there, you know? So, through this whole sequence, the press basically blows Roxy up as this tragic heroine, this murderer.
She's just a poor girl, James.
She didn't have to grab that gun.
But no, it was him or her.
Yeah, with his back turned.
It was him or her, James.
With that crazy look in his eyes that were pointed the other way. What's really great is later. Oh, I'll talk about it in the next episode.
Yeah, we
because
gotta wrap this
that's
part
when
up.
Razzle Dazzle is, and one of my favorite things I caught during Razzle Dazzle. So we get a sequence called Roxy, where Roxy gets to perform in her mind. This is the first true like musical sequence where it does happen purely in Roxy's imagination on what is like effectively a black box stage. She performs a musical number called Roxy, where she talks about
Roxy.
how she's blown up into this enormous celebrity and what she's going to do with her celebrity status and how she's going to manipulate all this success and all this fame into more success and more fame and just more and more and more. The avarice never ends. And it's crazy.
Don't die.
Sorry. So we'll end with Velma gets jealous because Velma was also Billy Flynn's client. But Billy Flynn really only has the ability to pay attention, full attention, to one woman at a time. But he'll collect $5,000 from everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And Velma had the money, but is no longer, her name's not in the papers anymore. She doesn't even have a trial date. So she's sort of on his back burner, and she doesn't like that because what does Velma want more than anything? To be the center of attention.
And probably to get away with her crimes.
Also, that Roxy wants to be the center of attention more than she wants to get away with her crimes.
I literally don't think she cares.
Velma would like to get away with her crimes and then go back to being the center of attention. Did I say Velma?
Yeah, you said Velma.
Roxy would like to be the center of attention, and that's it. She hasn't thought about anything else. So Velma approaches Roxy in jail and tries to convince her to form a doubles act to replace Velma's now dead sister in a song called I Can't Do It Alone.
Which is unhinged.
Which is deeply unhinged. It's not like remarkably great or anything, but there's one thing that it's supposed to communicate, and that is desperation. And boy, motherfucking howdy, does it communicate desperation.
I was like in an act of desperation. That line is just so good.
And at the end of it, Roxy goes,
nah,
fuck off, and snubs her. And that's where we will end this episode, about halfway through the movie. And we'll pick it up next episode with the back half of the movie and 2 more of my just most favorite musical numbers from the show.
Alrighty. All right. Well, welcome all the new people. Hello. Hi. How are you? Right now this is a podcast that we record live. So we break it up into 2 halves for recording purposes. And then for the live stream, it's just 1. But it kind of feels weird because I can't fucking type tonight, dude. We are recording our podcast at the same time as we are live streaming this for you. And normally when our audience isn't being annoying, love you all, we have a vote here. But last time they voted us into a tie. So we don't have a vote because people tied. So we can't vote because we have to watch 2 movies. Jesus Christ.
Don't do that.
At least it wasn't during the recording. So next time we will be watching and reviewing the movie Cars 3.
Oh, Jesus fuck no. I don't wanna know about Jackson Storm.
What about Cruise?
I don't care about Cruise.
I didn't spill. Luckily it has a lid.
Closed bottle.
I'm required to have those sometimes.
Why?
Because I spill wine on the couch. I have a wine sippy cup now. I am 32 years old. Um, so yes, we are watching Cars 3 next time, and the next time you all will get to vote, and I swear to God, if it's not Wicked, I will have a breakdown. I think we also did we watch Super Mario for this channel? Do I have to watch the second one? We also have the new Avatar. We also have the new Avatar movie, so there's like a lot of really shitty for me, good content for y'all that we have to get through. God, I don't want to watch a fucking another Avatar. Ugh. I forgot that we had to do that. I forgot that Fire and whatchamacallit came out. Way of Water, Fire, and Ice. No, that's Game of Thrones. Alright, we are going to take our break, and then we will be back. It's like 5 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Talk amongst yourselves. Sorry there's no vote. I love how I said talk amongst yourselves and no one said a damn thing. You okay back there?
I got it.
Okay. Alrighty.
Whoa.
What?
Look at who was in
Almost
contention
died.
to be Roxy. Charlize Theron, Marissa Tomei, Christina Applegate, Mira Sorvino, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Mila Jovovich, and Jennifer Aniston. Can Jennifer Aniston sing?
That's what I was gonna ask. Can Jennifer Aniston sing?
Do they say who was in contention for Velma? No. Yeah, Billy Flynn was supposed to be Michael Jackson.
That would have been crazy.
But you know who killed that? Harvey motherfucking Weinstein.
Huh.
Because he felt like people would only pay attention to Billy Flynn and not Roxy Hart or Velma Kelly.
Oh, look at that. You just needed to wait for no one to talk for quite some time, and then you can just jump in and steal it. You deserve to be king. You have seniority here. Bree may have known me longer,
Mary
but you've known the
Sunshine.
channel longer. Sunshine. I told you it was Sunshine something. We both reach for the gun. Alright, ready? Before my voice disappears.
I can't do it alone. Sweet pickup.
With the wealthy heiress that steals the attention from Roxy, and then Roxy does the only intelligent thing that she's ever done in her life.
Ad lib again.
I'm pregnant. Alright, here we go. In 3. In 2. In 1. Shaboom.
Shaboom?
Hey! You broke it this time. Look at that. I just gotta trick you into talking every time.
Oh, that audio file is gonna be fucking bananas. Shaboom? Question mark? Hey!
Oh my god. Okay, I'm America. That's James. This is CityWavesCinema.
Oh, son of a bitch.
And
Welcome to part 2 of She-cago, baby.
that's what I was going to say.
All
That's what I was going to say.
Scoot over. Here's the deal. We left off with Roxy Hart telling Velma Kelly to kick rocks. I'm not going to do a duo act. Boo, hiss, cry about it. And now, cut to Billy Flynn out with people, other wealthy people, I suppose, talking about this is crazy. This is crazy. Billy Flynn's talking to these other people about the new case he's taking on, where the heiress, by the name of Kitty Baxter, arrives home to find her husband and his mistress and his other mistress all in bed together.
And the husband's like, you're imagining things.
Yes. The husband's like, I know what will work in this situation. Gaslighting. No.
Are you going to believe your own eyes or what I tell you?
See, when the misogyny is so strong that you're convinced you can manipulate reality, too strong. Not good. Kitty Baxter murders all 3 of them.
Pow, pow, pow.
In this conversation that Billy Flynn is having with these other people, he details exactly how she did it, exactly how little remorse she had, and exactly what she said leading up to reporters. And all of it is basically admitting to and premeditating triple homicide, which is crazy. And he's like, I'm gonna get her off. You know what she's got? $5,000 and a pretty face.
You know, if he was smart, he would have charged that mom more than $5,000 because they are wealthy AF.
Yeah, but that's his fee.
That we know of. We don't know what he's charging them. He said 5,000 for Roxy.
Well, it's 5,000 for Velma too, and Velma is a headliner. She had money. Click there.
No, we're good. We're back. We're back. We're back. Okay. We're gonna just pick in like nothing happened. Stream disappeared.
What did I say? Neither does Roxy. I'm just gonna reiterate it again.
Okay.
Just tell me when.
3, 2.
Truly, the press flip flops so quickly. They were on Velma, Bing Bang Boom, Roxy. They were on Roxy. 2 weeks later, Roxy's out. Kitty Baxter is in. And it's a problem for everybody. So, what does Roxy do in this time of extreme crisis? She relies on her impeccable improvisational training
And faints.
and faints. Now, of course, Billy Flynn, in an effort to ensure that his client is, remaining somewhat in the spotlight and also that he looks good, races to her aid, only to find that she revives herself a little bit and goes, "Oh, I'm all right. I just hope I didn't hurt the baby." And everyone goes, "What?"
And she faints again. No further questions at this time.
And everyone goes, "What?"
Oh, Roxy.
And Billy is like, "This bitch. It's a layup, but this bitch."
He's a little annoyed at her too, because like if you do the math, it's not
It
helping.
doesn't make sense.
It's not helping her case any.
Nope. It's such a bullshit angle, but because I think she's been in jail longer.
I don't think it's been longer than, but it would have been Fred's baby and not Amos, which kind of ruins her whole.
Yeah, because she didn't fuck Amos for like a month.
Yeah.
And yeah, she didn't fuck Amos for like a month, and she was fucking Fred the whole time. And then she goes, "I'm 2 months along," like a month and a half after she got fucking arrested. So yeah, it's a fake pregnancy. And Billy's so mad.
But he's got to roll with it now.
He's got to roll with it. So she regains the press spotlight. Now, the press pretty much just ignore Amos, who
is saying he's the
is
dad.
saying he's the dad, because of course he believes he is. Why wouldn't he believe he is?
He's such a sweet cinnamon roll.
He doesn't know that it's been so long since they banged that couldn't possibly be his baby. And we get another one of my most favorite musical numbers in the movie, and that is Mr. Cellophane. Is it a good song? Not really. Is it perfectly performed by John C. Reilly? Without a doubt. In sad clown makeup, but not like circus clown. It's vaudeville clown. Big shoes, but they're brown, not red. Little triangle black under the eye, little blush. That's it. It's just not. It's just clown enough for you to recognize it as a clown, and his pants are up to his like nipples, and his jacket's like down to his knees. It's very clown attire. So in the song, he's basically talking about how no one is paying attention to him, which is like, yeah, I mean, she didn't murder you, and also like you're not really interesting, so no one's really gonna ask you anything. You were important during the beginning part where we were selling all of Roxy's shit to make money for the for the lawyer fees, but yeah, it doesn't. They don't care about you now. Um, and the press just continues to ignore him and generates more sympathy for Roxy. So Flynn convinces Amos that the child is Casely's, Fred Casely's, the affair partner, and that he should divorce Roxy in her predicament. Roxy gets mad that Billy Flynn is mad at her and fires Billy Flynn, convinced that she can wing it on her own.
She's so stupid, dude. Like, what the fuck do you think? You're suddenly gonna be a lawyer now? Like, I I straight up just don't understand. Every time she makes a decision, it just is the absolute wrong choice every single time. It's a statistical anomaly. Like,
it's crazy. So she's convinced she can do it, heading back to Murderous Row, and a scream rings out. She asks around to see what's going on. Velma informs her that Catalin Helinski,
there you go.
fuck me,
You got there.
a Hungarian woman on Murderous Row, and the only inmate who insists on her own innocence, becomes the first woman in Cook County history to be executed by hanging. Her trial is rejected, and she is therefore sentenced to die.
Now, historically, a woman has never been hung, and that was what Roxy was banking on. Is like because there'd been like 42, I think, is what Mama says, like murderesses, and so she had odds of like 1 in 42 chances, and no one's ever been hung that's a woman.
3 weeks later, there goes Catalin.
Oopsie.
So we straight up watch her get hung. And then we watch the casket come back to the jail, and Roxy sees it out of the window and suddenly realizes that, like, oh shit, this is serious, and begs Billy Flynn to take her case back. And of course he does. He's already got her money. So
he does, under the condition that she literally just does whatever he says and doesn't say anything else.
Yeah, we gotta go back to puppet mode.
He says, "You speak never."
And then we go to trial.
Roxy's wearing like a nun outfit that Fred has picked out and knitting a
that Billy picked out.
Oh, that Billy picks out and is knitting a onesie for her child.
So this is the second most tremendous musical number in the movie. Razzle Dazzle. Richard Gere puts on a fucking clinic, dude. And is this the one where he tap dances?
No, that's a separate one.
Yeah. Yeah, because he has to
do a tap dance, yeah, because
God, that one's so good too. Dude, if you can't watch this movie with a kid. A kid cannot watch this movie. It's too adult. This movie's so fucking good, and the cast is so fucking good. It makes me think musicals might be a good art form. This is a joke. For legal purposes, that's a joke.
For legal purposes, or for the purposes of your marriage.
For the purposes of my continuing to breathe.
If you'd have been there.
Listen, only one of us can reach for the gun. So, Flynn turns the trial into a pure media spectacle. Think the trial of O.J. Simpson. Or what's another just absolute debacle of a trial in the modern day?
The Amber Heard Johnny Depp
trial. Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial. That's another one.
Media circus.
What was that? Who was that? That bitch kill her own kid.
Oh, Casey Anthony.
Yeah, Casey Anthony. That trial. So like enormous, like stop the country media spectacle, right?
Literally, people are like waiting around Chicago to hear if this bitch got fucking off.
This musical number is performed in the courtroom where they're doing the trial and the hearings, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's so good. because it's literally just Billy telling Roxy, like, here's how you win every time. Sleight of hand magic. You do a bit of this, you say a bit of that, they're all confused, and you're the winner. It's pure Vegas. It's pure showmanship. It's great. Now, I'm sure there's a dozen little Easter eggs throughout the number. I'll have to go rewatch it. The one that I remember the most is a diagram that is presented in evidence of the autopsy report of the entry and exit wounds of the bullets.
Mm-hmm.
And they very clearly show the bullets enter Fred Casely's back and exit his chest cavity. What does it?
No. Because he turns around to say something when she shoots him. So it should be
So okay,
boom,
so it
boom,
does
boom.
hit him in the chest and blow out the back. Either way, it's clear like it doesn't quite jive with her story that was told. And he just fully like discredits it through magic and sequence. And he's just the fucking ringleader of this media circus. It's phenomenal. So we go through the whole trial, and through the whole thing, Flynn discredits witnesses, convinces the jury that not only can the neighbor not see, but she can't see so poorly that she couldn't possibly have identified Fred Casely correctly. Uh, he manipulates evidence and stages a public reconciliation between Amos and Roxy when she claims that the child, the pretend child, is Amos's child.
And gaslights Amos into thinking that they definitely, like, after telling him that the baby wasn't his, because Billy's the one that tells Amos the baby's not yours, dummy. Then 2 days later in the courtroom's like, but don't you, how was it possible that you slept next to her every night and never exercised your rights as a husband? Are you telling me there's no way this baby is yours? And it's just like,
And he's like, well, man, well, now wait a minute.
like, Amos, dude, my guy.
He's just so naive, and John C. Reilly plays it so well. So through all this, the trial's pretty much going really well for Roxy. She looks great. Billy Flynn's playing everyone like a fucking fiddle. And Mama and Velma are listening to the trial on the radio at the prison. And Mama, in a like odd character moment where she volunteers something instead of demanding payment first, just straight up hands Velma Roxy's diary.
Well, I think it's because it's all orchestrated by Billy.
No, because Billy wasn't ready for the diary. That's the point of tap dance.
But he added edits into it.
Yes, he bullshitted right there.
No, he added stuff in there. He tells her, he's like, I made some additions to it, hope you don't mind, by adding like erroneous and words that Roxy would never use into it. If I were to read in between the lines, he pays Mama to give the diary to Velma. Velma brings it to the lawyers and strikes a deal with Billy that basically she'll like she gets to go strike a deal with the lawyers that if she testifies against Roxy, she gets her freedom. Billy gets both his clients off. He never loses a case, and everybody gets to go home happy because he wrote erroneous in a diary.
That makes tap dance way dumber. All right, we're gonna dip into a problem for this fucking musical.
That's my interpretation. That could not.
No, you're right. He tells her that he did it
Mm-hmm.
after the fact.
Yeah, we just don't know when he did it.
So, oh man, that takes so much of the punch out of tap dance. God damn it. God damn it. Oh, okay. Billy fiddles with the diary, putting legalistic verbiage into it.
To make it look
Gets
like
Mama to give it to Velma.
maybe that part's speculation.
Uses Velma as a plant, basically. She has no idea what she's doing.
Or she does, and he's like,
She cuts a deal with the DA.
yeah.
It's how he gets her off. Like it is a stroke of genius by Billy to play Velma as an opposing force in this trial as a way to get his first client off
Yep.
her charges. And then also he fudged it already, so he knows it's gonna work anyways. So he basically goes on a little tirade, really pushes the limits with the judge, uh, to convince the jury that the diary was written by the DA.
Because it has really smart rules, or really smart words, sorry, in the writing.
Right. So he's alleging that the DA planted the evidence. And we get this musical number called the tap dance, in which Richard Gere does a tap dance. On first viewing for me and not thinking through it clearly, uh, this read to me like a wrinkle in Flynn's case plan, upon which he has to improvise in the courtroom in front of the cameras and everything to try and bullshit his way out of Roxy keeping that stupid fucking diary. If that were the case, then it's literally just like a silver lining number where you get to sit back and go, this motherfucker really is as good as he claims to be. Upon further review, he did all the fucking around with the diary and the incriminating the DA, and he gets both his clients off at the same time. So he is as good as he says he is. But tap dance now really just plays second fiddle to Razzle Dazzle. It's just Razzle Dazzle 2 Electric Boogaloo. It's worse, less interesting Razzle Dazzle. When before, if the story was the way I wanted it to be, it was crown jewel of the lawyer is the shit.
He's still the shit, just as...
Which to me felt like a perfect self-indulgent moment for Billy Flynn, is to be like, panic a little bit and then be like, okay, watch me work. And then he does it, because everything that he had done up to that point in the movie was all very deliberate and very planned and nothing was improvised. Everything's scripted. Everything is by the books, no nonsense. We do not improvise shit. And he's having to like deal with an unruly client who is improvising shit. And now that's why I thought it was so fucking good, because it was like, oh, he's this perfect scripted lawyer. And now in this moment, he's showing that not only can he do the perfect scripted lawyer case, he can also bullshit on a moment's notice at the drop of a hat and crush it. And you know what? The more I'm talking about it, if the movie was about Billy Flynn, then I bet you it goes exactly like I thought it would. but the movie's not about Billy Flynn. The movie's about murderers.
Movie's about Roxy.
Movie's about Roxy. So Roxy's acquitted. The jury finds her not guilty.
Miraculously.
5 minutes later, as the courtroom is clearing out, her fame is eclipsed instantly by another woman who shot her husband. Wherein this woman did not shoot her husband. She shoots her own lawyer. Maybe she shot her husband. We don't know. She shoots her own lawyer outside the courthouse while this trial is going on. The press is already there. They're instantly running the story. Fame is fleeting, and Fame has abandoned Roxy immediately. Flynn tells Roxy he bullshit the diary to incriminate the DA and get his two clients off at the same time. And he goes, "That's showbiz, baby." Puts his little fedora on and disappears into the night with $10,000, which is like $188,000 for like 2 months of work. Pretty good show, Mr. Lawyer.
Remember when you could just make it in this country?
Oh, God. The American dream. Right before the Great Depression. Amos, still in the courtroom, is excited to be the father. Roxy, this fucking bitch.
She's so mean.
What a miserable character. So well written, so well performed.
I loved her so much as a...
She's such an anti-hero. No, she's just a villain.
She's so mean.
She's just a villain the whole time. The villain gets it in the end. She turns on Amos and says, the pregnancy's bullshit. None of it's real.
Duh.
And he's just like, none of it's real? None of it's real? And she's like, idiot. And he's like, sad. And he sad clown walks his way out. He
Wouldn't
leaves.
have just been so poetic, though, if he snapped and, like, killed her right then and there?
No, because he'd have gone down for double homicide. Because the public was convinced that she had a baby.
Yeah, but babies, that wasn't a thing back then.
Oh, but with how drummed up it was, they would have done it. They'd have blown it up. So Amos fucks off. Sad. Probably back to his mechanic shop. To try and accrue some more money since he gave $5,000.
He had no furniture.
He gave $5,000 to
and
that
Fred's
lawyer.
Dead. Who's gonna sell him the furniture?
Maybe he'll find another furniture salesman and be like, hey, you can fuck my wife if I get a good deal.
Oh my god. His non-existent wife now?
Yeah. We can gaslight anybody about anything. So Roxy attempts to pursue a vaudeville career. It goes poorly. Because what? She doesn't really have a lot of talent.
Which is, oddly enough, what Fred and Billy both told her.
Yup. And Velma also tries to re-up her career and can't manage it. Been out of the spotlight for too long. Can't reconnect the magic. Can't reignite the flame. So Velma approaches her with the idea again of doing the double act featuring the two murderesses.
Because one murderess is just so common ground these days.
So Roxy turns it down at first and then accepts it when Velma's like, it doesn't matter if we hate each other, we can just do it. Which is so stupid. The end of this movie is dumb. It's very dumb. Like, the end of the movie, it should end with Amos being sad clown and leaving. And then Roxy just not making it in vaudeville. Because she doesn't got it. But instead...
We gotta find out what happened to Velma, though.
Instead, it ends with them managing to get hold of Velma's former fame and their murderous fame and blow up a big performance on stage in this enormous spectacular where they get the standing ovation from an enthusiastic audience that has Billy in it and Mama Morton and the jurors and all the other acquitted murderesses. And it's just, as a viewer, you're like, wow, what a spectacle. And then you start thinking about the story. And the only reason that we get to this point is because Roxy folds like a cheap lawn chair at the idea that they could just do it together. It's so stupid. Because, like, she turns it down because she's like, I hate you. Roxy doesn't want to do it because she hates Velma. Because, in Roxy's mind, Velma tried to screw her out of being acquitted. Velma tried to get her killed. And Roxy is well within her rights to be like, I hate you. I don't want to work with you. And Velma's only point is like, yeah, but we could anyway. And that works. That works.
There's only one business where that doesn't matter. That's show business, apparently. Listen, I'm not saying.
What?
I'm just saying that's what she says.
That's so stupid. It's, listen, I haven't read the play from 1924.
You haven't even seen the actual musical.
Haven't seen the musical on stage. I'm sure there's been a couple iterations of it at this point. It's a 100-year-old piece of media. But if the play ends this way, where Roxy's just like, oh yeah, I guess I could just do it even though I hate you. Like, that feels like the author of the play got to the end and was just like, I don't know. Or it was the guy who turned it into a musical and just got to the end and was like, I don't know. This is why. Like, that's such ass writing, man. There was so much good writing in the story of the play. So much good writing. Good twists, good turns, good conflict. You don't know who to root for, and then you feel bad if you're rooting for Billy Flynn. And the only character you feel good about rooting for is Amos, and he does nothing but lose. Like, it's so well written. And then it gets to the end, and it's like, what if we Game of Thrones it? What if we just bullshit the ending? And we're just like, yeah, they just do it.
Okay, so I have the ending to the play if you are curious.
Tell me the ending to the play.
Roxy and her devoted husband Amos end up reconciling out of pure necessity or the realization that they are on their own as she is forced to accept that her fame was a passing spectacle in a cold, celebrity-obsessed city.
That's also a good ending. So the musical must have turned it into, oh, and you know what? That's got it. I bet you that's strictly because they need a closing number. And what better closing number than to get your two leads to team up? But whoever was in charge of that transition to the closing number was just like, that's ass, bro. That sucks. Oh god.
Yeah, no, it's the ending of the musical.
A tragedy to end it that way. Now, look, this is a very good movie. Okay? It's highly entertaining. It is eroticism personified through musical numbers, which is like, that's a weird combo. Because, like, there's the trope that theater kids are the horniest of individuals, and that's real. But you don't really think of them that way because you're like, nerds? Nerds can't be horny. They can. They can, and it's scary.
They made a whole show about it.
They've made a bunch of whole shows about it. She-cago's one of them. And it just sort of ends on a fart. Like, it just does, and that's sad. It's a spectacular fart. But boy, what a fart.
Fart you could write about in your fart diary.
It's a fart that you could ask Siri or Alexa to do, and you get a variety. I'm not going to get into it. Anyways, the I'd give this one a solid 8. It's I'd watch it again. I'd watch it many times again. And not just because there's a bunch of hot bitches in it. It's very entertaining. And honestly, the best songs are the Richard Gere ones. Like,
Mm,
I mean, Tap Dance is such a good number.
all
Sad.
that jazz.
Razzle Dazzle such a good number.
Cell Block Tango.
Cell Block Tango also very good number. What's the other one that he does? All I Care About. Oh man, All I Care About's so rich. Where he's just like, all I care about is love and doing good deeds for the poor, innocent women of the city. Just kidding. I want $5,000 and attention. God, it's so good. Fuck me, man. They made a bunch of money. Good on them.
Next time, we will be doing Cars 3 to wrap up the tie that happened from our live vote. So we will look forward to sharing our extensive amount of Cars knowledge that we've obtained in the past 6 months with you all live. All right.
I don't want to explain it.
We have so much Cars knowledge. I have an insane amount of Cars knowledge, mainly because I hate the second movie, and I've done a lot of Cars Googling about why I am right. Every time I watch Cars, I have more questions than the first time I watched Cars. And my child gets mad at me because I talk too much during his movie.
It's true.
You're
You're not allowed to talk during Cars.
You can, but you get like a 2 to 3 sentence exchange before he's like, stop. I'm also sorry about the tech issues. Don't really know what that's about.
We probably just got throttled by Spectrum. I expect it's due to, because we had that major police incident in the area, a bunch of people are probably doing a lot of extra online traffic this evening. And that's going to result in some people getting less bandwidth than others.
So we apologize for that.
Terrible tragedy. I'm very sorry.
It's not normal.
No, I pay for the good fucking internet. God damn it.
Cars 3 will be sometime, like within the next week. So
Or two.
or two, because